All right, y'all. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly backtest. What is backtesting? Backtesting is using old price action and practicing your strategy on it. So that's like me just going back to where price has already moved and seeing how my strategy can play out in those markets, right? And how do you do it? So you get this option here called replay mode when you pay for the essential plan for TradingView. You gain this option. Now, once you gain this option, you're gonna click it, and you're gonna come down here, right? You could choose any candle you want. You could choose a date if you want to practice a specific date. You can come here to the first available dates, or you could do random bar, so you're not at a specific date, right? I do random bar on a 1 minute. It takes me all the way back here to April 9th, 2026, at 9 something a.m. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna show you guys exactly my back testing process. Come here on the 1 hour. I see we're very bullish. The last gap we seen here was down here, and we held it very well. And remember, guys, I do trade 9:30 in the morning, so it's already came to my perfect time, right? You have this high here to target. You also have this high up here, and obviously that high. But we're gonna see what we do here. We just swept this one. If we don't see an instant rejection to continue down, we're probably just gonna rip to the highs, right? You have this 15-minute gap here, and you have this low inside of here. So now I marked out my levels. These are the two levels I want to see for buys. And we're going to see what we get. Boom. We got the sweep. Now I usually look for a 1 minute inversion, but we have gaps all throughout this entire leg, right? So since we have gaps all throughout here with no opposite color candles, go to the 2 minute, same thing. 3 minute, same thing. 4 minute. Why does the 4 minute always take longer than anything else? On the 4 minute here, we have the same thing. And here on a 5 minute, we have another gap. So we're going to use this 5 minute gap. We inverse that 5 minute gap. We're going to take this setup. Close, but not inversed. Inversed. Now that was a pretty nice move up. So I'm going to wait for it to see if we can get a pullback. So we're going to target that high. And then we have a final highway over here. Have this in between. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a pullback. Use 4 micros. Let's see if we can get this pullback. We're in the trade. Boom. Look at that. TP1 was already hit. Shell stops right here. Now we got 500 secured. Right now, we might hold this 5 minute gap. It's very possible, so I'm going to move that right there. We're going to see. Boom. TP2 hit. I'm going to close some of my position. I'm going to trail stops right there. And I'm going to hope that this 5 minute gap right here holds to continue higher. So right now we're chopping. I'm going to move my stops right up under there. Boom, we're out the trade. How did that trade do? I made $920 for 500 risk. That's pretty smooth, right? So now, that's one back test. That was a win. Now I know I got a clean entry. My strategy is working pretty well so far. I'm going to come down to the 1 minute again for me. I'm going to click select random bar once again. Boom. Now I'm here April 21st, 2026. It is 6 p.m. So we're going to skip a whole lot of this time here. We're going to go right to 9 a.m. All right. So let's see. You want to make sure I get it right. This is 9 a.m. 9:15. Cool. Come here on a 1 hour. Go to my noticing. We were chopping around right here in this area. This placed heavily towards the downside, instantly reversed. Came back up. We started chopping down slowly. Lack of selling volume. We have good buyer volume, right? So boom. We have this 1 hour gap here that looks like it's gonna hold. And we also have this low inside this 1 hour gap. If we're gonna see buys, this is a good area. So I'm gonna leave that marked out. And we have this draw here to target. Come to the 15 minute. That's also a clean level, which makes it even more accurate. For sells, I just don't see any clean sell levels other than this possible high here. But because of all these stacked highs here, I'm gonna stick to buys, right? So we're gonna see what market open does. Boom, market open takes us low. Let's see what we get. If we can get an inversion. Come here on a 1 minute. We did get one. This is supposed to be our entry. Look like we're gonna be chopping around, so I'm still gonna just take this. I'm gonna keep stops right around here. And I'm gonna target these little highs, right? Boom, have a high right here. You already have these other highs marked out. Now, where's my break even point? Where do I want to see price go to where I feel like I can move my stop loss to break even and feel comfortable? That's gonna be my area for break even, right? It's not a 1-on-1, but I'm break even. I'm not closing the trade. I'm just making sure the trade is no longer at risk. I'm gonna place my trade. I'm gonna target here. My full target is 1600. I'm gonna come here on a 5 and make sure there are no levels for price to actually reverse, and there is. This is a sell setup actually, so I'm gonna make this an interesting level to go break even at. Price hits that, it's very possible we could just reverse. So now I'm gonna see what we get. Just chopping, and we're out. Terrible price action. Okay, how could I have done better on this day? Well, what did I say I wanted to see price do? I said we have a possible sell level here, right here in this area. What do? We hit that sell level. My mistake was avoiding the sell because I was so stuck to that buy. I obviously said to you guys that this is a sell level, clear as day. What did I do when price gave the sell? I didn't enter. This was supposed to be the trade. I just didn't enter. I took the buy instead, which was a much less probable setup. So now I know if I mark out my levels, take it. This is you back testing, right? Go back to the 1 minute, select random bar, go to another day. What is going on here? On the 1 hour, actually, what time is it? We just left the New York session, so we're gonna go ahead and fast forward to all this. What is this? February 26th. Cool. Fast forward through all this time here. Not look at anything. Obviously, I saw it go up, but I'm gonna see if there was been a setup. I'm not gonna take anything if the setup was not there, right? So here, it is 9:15, and it's like we already pushed up, so I probably actually don't have anything. So currently on a 1 hour, we're holding this 1 hour gap here. Hopefully we could displace and run to that external draw, which I believe we did. Here on the 15 minute, we had this low here, which we did sweep, and we did get a 1 minute inversion to go higher. Actually, we do not have a 1 minute inversion. Do we have any inversions? No. So there was actually no setup to go higher there. So that still gives ample amount of time to look for a setup. So I am bullish. We're just ripping. Any pullbacks, I'll be willing to take a entry off of that low being swept there. Boom. The low was swept. Hopefully I didn't go too fast. 3 minute, 4 minute. 3 minute would have been our entry. I would have been in on this 3 minute here. And for a target, I'm going to go to the 1 hour, see if we have any levels to the left to go for. Yes. You have this high here. And you could probably go for this wick. Maybe. Come to the 15 minute for more accurate. Clean high to target. Unfilled 15 minute gap. Cool. Reset chart view. Had a clean setup. Just didn't take it. And we have these targets here. Now, wouldn't it be crazy if we actually came back and they filled us in this trade? Wow, look at that. We just ripped. Now, if it fills me in, if it loses, don't even pay attention to it. The trade already played out. And it plays out once again. Look at that. Beautiful reaction off that. Hit TP1 instantly. Close some of that, right? Boom. Follow my rules. I wanted to see this get hit. And even though it already made the massive move, it was probably going to be low probability, but it still played out in our favor. Trail stop some. Let the rest play out. Boom. Now we got the trade. Beautiful. Almost no drawdown there in that trade. We're going to do one more example. So we're going to go ahead, random bar. What time are we at? 1 p.m. once again. We're going to fast forward some of this time here. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I believe we did go too far, but I don't think it gave us setup. Anyway, 1 hour. Let's see what we got here. We inverse this massive 1 hour gap, and we just been displacing highs since. Probably going to run these highs here. But we are also in this 1 hour gap as well, but like we're also displacing right through it. So we have this 15-minute gap here. Mark that low inside of it. Go to the 5-minute. I'm not interested in that. So we're going to stick with the 15-minute and see if we get a setup. We're just displacing very high. Finna run that first draw there. Boom, first draw was hit. Maybe we have a 5-minute setup now that we're way up here. We actually don't. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't get anything. This was just a displacement day. We just displaced higher, and that was nothing we could do about that at all. So we're going to come here on a 1 minute. Go for another day. I want to at least do one more trade, win or lose with you guys so you can see my thought process. 11 a.m. we just missed this trading day. That's very unfortunate. Doesn't look like we would have had anything anyway. So we're going to go, you know what I'm saying, go to our time. Which is 9:30. Skip through all of this PM. We've been dropping. Holy. So, cool. Obviously, what you guys have seen was price dumping heavy. Now that price has dumped heavy, we already know what we want to look for. Sells. We're not looking for any buys. We're looking for straight sells here. What is this? June 10th. Cool. Gonna come here. And ideally, we want to see this happen to continue lower. That is what we want to see here. As you can see, we already played out one time. We had this 5-minute gap. Had this high inside of it. Price swept it and just displaced lower. So let's see what we get here. Oh, look at that. Instantly went to that high. Only thing I don't like about this is that 5-minute inversion of this gap. But we looking at this on a 15-minute. We're holding that. Only issue we're having is we're going right into another 15-minute gap. So this is very interesting. See what we got here. Go to the 1 hour. We're also in a 1 hour gap. I still like this sell. This sell is very nice here. So we're gonna come here on a 1 minute. We have this gap up here that was inverse. So far we've been coming down. I'm gonna go to the 2 minute. I don't like it. So I am gonna use this level here for an entry. We already inversed up here, right in this area. Pull back, like we're gonna continue lower. So I'm gonna keep stop target right up here. And I'm gonna target this unfilled 5-minute gap along with these lows. And win lose, this is the last trade I'm gonna show. The last example of me back testing. But this whole video was to show you guys exactly how you can back test, right? So we're gonna see what these candles start doing. I'm going to break even once we hit these lows. We hit it, but we ain't hit it. There we go. We hit it now. I'm going to go break even here. Look at that. Risk-free trade. Up 600. I could just close this, walk away. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to hold it. Dumping good so far. I'm going to trail stops here. I'm going to go to the 5-minute and watch this as well. I like the way we're moving. We're moving very nice. Moving very nice. We inverse the 5-minute gap here now. Up 1,100. I'm going to trail stops a little more. Secured 750. 750 is secured. Let's see what else we get. Boom. Dump all the way here. Shall stop some more. Maybe we're gonna hold this gap. Is it active? Yeah. Cool. Boom. Maybe we can hold that gap and continue load a full TP. Look at that. Look at that. What did I tell y'all? Look at that. Full 104 RR trade. Called it from the very beginning all the way to the end of it. Whole thing. And that trade gave us $2,160 profit. This is how you determine your edge, how strong your edge is, how accurate your edge is, where to enter at. This is how you learn your own strategy and perfect it. This is what they call backtesting. And this is how you properly backtest your strategy.